Yeah, we're going to do that with a live stream.
Okay.
We're going to have a little chat. Got it. Today we're just going to start out with a nice warm-up. So put the swing behind your back. And this will be a review of what we've been doing. We're going to come into a sumo squat and then keep the feet hip distance and let the forearms cradle lock so that the shoulders can slide down the back. Yeah. How's the swing feel? Does that feel okay?
Might be a little bit tight.
Okay.
I think it's okay.
I'm going to test everything out and make sure it's a good height for you. Otherwise, we'll just bring it up. So this is a brand new swing, so it's still nice and tight. And then as we practice, I'll be sinking down with you too. So let's go ahead and just get into our leg loops. So the chillaxing pose is with the leg loops at the knees. So any way that feels comfortable, see if you can get those on. And then we'll make sure that the leg loops are at a good height compared to the swing. And once we get the leg loops on, I think I might bring your swing up one, so drop your hips for me. So that's okay, but I think what I'll do is keep the leg loops where they are, but bring the swing up. So we're going to have you come up, and we'll get everything in the right spot for you, and then we'll go from there. So we could bring the leg loops down, but for the inversions, we might as well just bring that one up. So for whatever reason, I'm able to sometimes reach them and sometimes not. Today, we stretched and elongated first. Okay, great. So, leg loops back on. Let's just come into our hip sequence we've been doing, which is really nice. There you go. Feels a little bit better, right? Yeah. So we're here. Let's take a moment to stretch the fascia. So just by swaying back and forth from side to side, chillaxing arms, elbows flared out wide, hips heavy and dropped. We're going to focus on the torso and sides of the body and just let all of that skin start to open, particularly along the front edge of the spine, so the whole belly and chest can start to open up and expand as well. And this is really, really great for that connective tissue between the underneath layer of the skin and the muscles, which kind of bound everything up. Right?
What do they call that? That's the
fascia?
Fascia, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So let's go into a freeze frame. Let's bring our elbows to the right, our legs to the left, and stretch the side body. So from the left toes all the way up to the left elbow. Yeah, we're really pulling and lengthening out. And then go ahead and sink back down through neutral, second side. And this is all stuff that we've done before, but it's nice to have your own little video of your sequencing. And then we're going to do a special video showing the yoga massage stuff we've been doing for you, and also utilizing the new leg loop stuff, all the good stuff. Nice. Once more, we're going to go elbows to the right, legs out to the left, stretch, twist. So the right hip drops, and then that left elbow pulls up and over. And then last time, feet to the right, elbows up to the left. And just let it feel good. See how much space you can create, particularly through the right hip flexor as you drop the left hip. So you're creating these diagonals in the body with the freeze frame. Yeah, there it is. That's it. And just stretch, 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 stretch everything. Come back to center, open up the arms wide. Come into some jazz hands. So just shake the arms and hands out to get a nice nerve stretch. Flex the fingers back. Maybe swim them overhead and back down again, just to create as much length and space through the chest, shoulders. Maybe clasp the hands behind you and stretch straight back. Drop the hips a lot so you have something to anchor and pull against. That's right, get the swing high for that one. Really nice. Great. And then we're just going to round in for a child's pose. So in child's pose, we wrap our arms around the leg loops and dive in. Pause. Take a little sacred pause in between things. And then one more time, inhale, expand. This time, straighten the arms and legs for a star. Hips have to stay heavy. Hips down. Push your hips down. There you go. That allows you to open your heart instead of just accentuating the rib cage. And then exhale, come on back into the floating child's. Really good. Shift the hips a little from side to side, just wiggle in the space. Rounding the back for this one. See if you can tuck your chin into your chest and stretch the back of the neck as well. And then we're going to inhale and open it up. Let's go ahead and bend the right knee and put it on top for our half pigeon here. And we're just floating, and we're going to wag the tail so that left foot is exploring in the space. Anytime you need to adjust the swing to get it lower, you just lean back. Once you lean back and have it in the sweet spot, which is usually right behind the bra strap, right behind the heart, low is better than high for the underarms. Then we use our forearm press. So let's use the forearms to press in. And then when we're wagging the tail, we're dropping the hips a lot. So keep the hips heavy. So just sink down as much as possible. There you go. And that'll allow the stretch through the glutes and the outer hip. You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Really good. And as we're wagging, we're noticing the edges. So we're going kind of as far as we can in one direction and the other, and notice what happens in the hip when we do that. And then we're going to try another diagonal. So we're going to open up our arms wide to a T. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, let your left hand grab for the right foot and slide up till you find that leg loop, and then pull. Yeah. So we make sure we keep the anchor. Rest your head for this one. Yeah. So that the hips can just really drop. And we're just opening up the right palm, just to keep that arm slightly active. Flex the fingers back if that feels good. Now let's stay with our hold, but we're going to start to straighten that right leg up. And it's called a hook because it's just kind of hooking onto the leg loop. Yeah, doesn't have to work too hard, but now that you're here, you're going to feel that outer IT band stretch, and you're dropping the hips a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that left hand and we're going to transition to the outer edge of the foot. Now if you can't grab the foot, go ahead and hold on to the leg loop. Yeah, you got it. And then we open up into a T. So the arms are pulling away from one another, the hips are dropping, and we're looking towards our right fingertips. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Take a couple deep breaths into the twist so that you can soften, particularly through the rib cage. Let the spine ring out all the way to the neck. And then we're going to release. Inhale, bend that knee, come on back. Let's try a slight back bend. Hold on to the swing. Push the hips up towards the sky. Now the hips are coming up, but that right knee is going to drive down. Right, so it's like your hips are pulling up, but the knee is heavy. And see if the swing can slide into the waist. There'll be like a sweet spot right above the hips. See if you can find that. Keep your hands towards the sky, or you can actually release the swing. Let your arms come down towards the floor. Now if you're pulling that left foot in tight, you can reach back and grab for the ankle. Just try with the left hand. Don't try both hands because we're still trying to be mellow. It's still a warm-up lap, and today's warm, so let's take it easy. And then inhale, release, reach up for the swing, exhale, come to sit.
Did this work out?
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. Pull that knee down towards the earth so that you can push your hips towards the sky. So the right knee, pull it towards the earth. Pull it down.
I'm at
You're
the wall.
That's all right. That's why I'm here.
That's what Jen Healy does.
There it
There
is.
we go.
There it is. Now make sure that's not going into the lower back. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, it's all right.
Just extend. It's all right. Just extend through the heart. So you're having your heart move away from your foot. Yes. Just like that. Just like that. Perfect. Go ahead and release the foot. Pull yourself up nice and slow. Now you might get a nice free high, a little head rush there. I know. Yeah. And a full body sweat. Good. Nice. So it's fun with a little bit of assistance. Just a little help from a friend goes a long way. Let's go ahead and wag the tail, chillax in arms. Let the body acclimate to what just happened. That's a huge opener for the front of the spine, which means it's turning on the glands of the endocrine system, which is why you get this big rush of energy.
think that's a new variation for me. I don't think I've done that one.
Yeah, that's called the can opener. It is a new variation. We're going to release that foot. Just use your swag to come to the second side. Yep, bend the knee. Okay, good. And then right knee bends, left knee is... So see if you can find the difference of driving the left knee down or just letting the hips drop. And then see if you can find both. Feel the difference? See what happens in the hip when there's that slight engagement there, but then relaxation at the same time. Fantastic. And then just wag the tail, little bent. Make sure your foot can explore in the space.